So hello guys, welcome to another Wednesday Bakes. So today we're going to do a little bit of something a little bit different, which is going to be super fun. I'm Miriam and I'm going to be taking you through this 20 minutes of baking. So this recipe that we're actually going to do today is something which is going to get done in advance, which is a good thing. So this video is actually saved. So you can watch what we're going to do today and then you can go back to it to make the recipe. The rest of the lives that we're doing Euro Champions as well, they're all saved, so check them out and let's get stuck in. So today we're going to do some nice seasonal fresh berries and we're just going to zhuzh them up a little bit with some homemade ice cream and some delicious oaty deliciousness. So what we're going to do, this ice cream is actually a no churn ice cream, which is fantastic for you to do at home. So normally when you make ice cream in restaurants, ice cream parlors, it will go into a machine and it'll actually churn to give you that creamy texture. This one, we're not going to do that. Two simple ingredients: double cream and condensed milk. Now, I know a lot of people know condensed milk from Millionaire Slices and things like this. So what we're going to do is, with these two ingredients, we're going to make a delicious ice cream. So this is quite a long process in the sense you need to actually cook the condensed milk, and to do so, we actually put it in a pan of boiling water with a lid to keep all the moisture inside. We slowly cook it for around 4 hours. So I put mine in a pan like this. With a lid, and slowly just left it there. It doesn't need to be rapidly boiling, it just needs to be simmering. You know, you don't want it to be going, it just needs to be simmering, and that will take 3 to 4 hours. 3 hours it's gonna be fine, so we can stick it 3 hours. We're going to leave that to completely cool down, okay? So that will completely cool down. You're going to end up inside the tin when it's opened and cool with a mixture like this. So as you know, when you get condensed milk, it's white. But what we've done is caramelize that, because there's actually sugar in there, which is caramelized. So this bit is a little bit of a strength endurance bit as well, because we're going to actually whip this double cream now, okay? So we're going to whip the double cream. So I'm going to do half of the recipe because I've actually got some in the freezer already. Delicious, I know. So I'm only going to put 250 grams of the double cream in the bowl. There's 250 grams of double cream in that bowl, and I'm going to start. So I'm going to whisk it up, and I'm going to show you the stage that we need to take the cream. So this is the most important part of the mixing, for you to get that creamy texture. If you overmix the cream, really, it's not going to be nice, it's not going to be silky. So I'm looking for that perfect texture. Nowadays as well, you can actually buy the condensed milk in shops or in done. So look out for what it says on the tin. So this is like very, very typical in Spain, in South America, and things like that. Dulce de leche. So this is a very typical thing that you find there. Okay, so I'm just going to whip this cream. And I want to take it to something that you call semi-whipped. Okay. I showed you this a little bit of a long bit. But we're nearly there. So this is going to be extremely nice for those hot summer days. A nice little dessert to have after your meal. You can see it's got a little bit thicker. More. Another little stage there. You can see all the air that's getting incorporated into that. It's worth it, trust me. We're nearly there. Little tip, it's better to be looser than completely over whipped, because when we mix it, we're going to mix it in again, as you're going to see with the whisk. I want to do everything by hand to show you that everything can be done by hand. It is very easy to just pop this into a machine and whip it up. But to start doing things like this, it's always good to do it by hand. So you know what it feels like. You've got more control over it as well. Okay. Can you see that? It's not like the cream that we started with. Okay. That for now is perfect. Okay, I'm just going to put that into another little bowl. Wow. Pour that into this bowl so you can see the consistency of that, okay? Okay, fantastic. As I said, I'm only doing half, so what I'm going to do now, and it's quite funny actually, because these tins are such an odd weight. So half of the recipe is around 200 grams of the condensed milk, which I'm going to take out of the tin. Quite stiff. 200 grams there. Perfect. Same bowl, minimal washing up as well. So this is everything in one bowl kind of thing. I'm just going to loosen this up, okay? I'm just going to loosen it up. When I start mixing the two, I want them to kind of be the same consistency. I don't want something hard, and then I've got to add that cream, because I'm going to have to use a lot more friction, a lot more effort to actually mix it, which is going to impact the texture again. So the easiest way to mix it and have everything the same, consistency, which, see, that is right. Look at that, delicious. This can be put in anything. It can be so much things that you can do with this. It's even on some toast, it's going to be delicious. A bit of brioche, sometimes people put these donuts, on cookies, anything. It's an ingredient that is so versatile that you can use use it for a lot of different things. Okay. So now, start to add the cream, okay? I'm going to add the cream in 3. So that first little bit, 1. I'm adding in there. Really gonna, okay? I'm mixing it in. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, next little bit. There we go. Right, we're gonna mix that in as well. Really. See why it's so important not to over mix it at that point. It's so important because if it's like stiff whipped cream and you're mixing that in now, then last little bit, okay? Again, mixing it. Guys, your ice cream is nearly done. All that you need to do now is pop that into the container. Okay, and we're going to leave it in the freezer overnight. I'm just going to pop it into this little round plastic container. Okay, so look at that. Look at that silky ice cream there. Look at that. Don't want to leave anything behind. Okay. Can you see that? Runny, but that is going to freeze like a dream. Okay, lid goes on, and I'm going to pop that into the freezer for it to set. And like I said, it's going to be overnight for the best results. This is why this is a recipe that you need to do in advance. Okay. Any questions that you have regarding that, just don't hesitate to pop something over, try something across, and you can get that answered for you. But it is 2 ingredients, whipping up your cream, mixing it with the caramelized condensed milk, the dulce leche, and you are going to be astonished at how this tastes. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the oat crumble. Now, this is a little trick that I like to do with it as well. I will bake the oat crumble before, okay? So I will bake the oat crumble before, and I'll bake it in cookie shapes. So we're going to make the oat crumble, and I'm going to show you how we're going to bake it. This again makes it so you've got a crumble, because you'll just pick it up and crumble it as you're going to see in this recipe, or you just have a biscuit. Cup of tea and a biscuit. Fantastic. So again, this recipe, everything in, and we're just going to mix it. So we're just going to weigh all the ingredients into one bowl, and then we're just going to mix it, finish it off with our hands, and then we're going to boil them and we're going to bake it. Okay. So I like to weigh all the dry ingredients first for this. So I'm going to go straight to the flour. Let me just get my straight to flour. Okay. 75 grams. So change your flour, wholemeal flour, buckwheat flour, change your flour, make it gluten free, it's fine. I'm just going to use plain white flour for this one. Okay. And I'm going to use 75 grams of it. 75 grams is in. I'm going to go with a baking powder next, which is a teaspoon. Change up a teaspoon, not a heaped teaspoon. You don't need to. Couple of turns of salt. Use again oats. I'm using jumbo oats. Any type of oats. It can be thin, they can be any type of oats. I prefer jumbo oats because I think it gives it a little bit more of a texture than your swim oats that we get. So 75 grams of the oats as well. Perfect. It's a big bag, right? Again, any sugar. There's so many different types of sugar now. You've got coconut sugar, you've got dark brown sugar, that's going to give it even more of a depth of flavour. You can use caster sugar, white sugar, any type of sugar as well for this one. It's very, very adaptable. It's very, very versatile. I'm going to go for soft brown sugar with this one as well. So I'm going to put 50 grams of that inside the bowl. Grams of sugar is in there. Now all that we've got to add is 75 grams of butter, which is soft. So we need the butter soft. We don't really want to put hard butter in this because again it's going to be more difficult to mix. So we want to go for soft butter. So let me just get this up so you can see how soft this butter is. Soft. So 75 grams of the butter. There we go, perfect. Everything is just in there, as you can see. Okay, we've got the flour, we've got the oats, we've got the sugar, we've got the baking powder, and we've got the butter. The spoon, still got a little bit of butter on this spoon. But I'm taking it off, and I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to use this spoon to start mixing. Okay, so I'm going to use the back of the spoon because it's got the biggest surface area. So it's going to be quicker and easier to mix if I just start pressing down and incorporating it like that, as you can see. So it's getting into bigger and bigger chunks as it's coming together. What you're looking for is for it to be pretty much all mixing. So the more you go, the harder you can get. It's turning from that dry and it's looking a little bit more wet as the butter and the sugar is mixing. Now, I'm going to give my hands another quick wash because my hands are going to get stuck in, okay? It's nice to do things with your hands as well. You know, you're going to make sure you get every last bit. Okay. So I'm just going to scrape it down off the spoon and I'm going to go with my hands and I'm going to start squishing it. Yeah. So instantly, that's 2 leads kind of thing that I've done with my hands and it's already come together. Okay. So just like that until it all mixes in. Like that. I'm going to be able to put this into a ball all together. Take everything off the bowl that's in there because it saves us washing out, okay? Look how clean that bowl is. There's a few little crumbs at the bottom which the bowl is picking up. And you can just dab them onto the bowl in it and it comes on. Okay? Look how wonderful that is. Okay? So we're going to bake these. So these take around 15 minutes in the oven at 175, 175 degrees. Okay, so this is going to get about 10, I'd say. That's what I do it in. But if you want a big cookie, I mean, you can. So what I like to do is, to make it easier, okay, you've got your dough there. You just break it in half, put the other half down, and think, right, okay, I need to get 5 pieces out of this now. So I'm just squeezing it so it looks a bit like a sausage. And then I'm just going to divide that into 5, okay? So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the end bit's 5. These can all go back in the bowl. 3, 5. I'm going to do the same with the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you've got loads of little bits in here now, which you've balled up. You see? And then I'm just going to start picking them up one by one. I'm going to roll them. Okay. Press them down a little bit. And I'm going to put them on the baking tray to bake. Every time you bake biscuits and stuff, you need to make sure they evenly spread so they don't stick together. You don't want them to start sticking together. So what you want to do is have the oven preheated as well. So I've got 4 there. Look at that. Okay. I've done it on a plate for now. As you can see, this is what they're going to look like. I'm just going to put these on here. Because I've got some which smell delicious out of that oven. You heard the timer a little bit ago, so these have come out. Look at these little delicious oats, biscuits, cookies that we're going to use, and I'm just going to show you how easy they are to break up. See? Oh, this is a little bit nice stuff. So that's what we're going to be using for our dessert. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to chop some fresh berries now. So these have been washed. I'm just going to take the little stem off the strawberries. I'm just going to take that little bit off the top there. And I'm going to put raspberries and blueberries on there as well. These are so in season now. Sometimes it's even nice to just put a little bit of lemon juice or lime juice on it. But these are so juicy and so just really, really nice. It's such a nice time to buy berries at this moment. Chopping them up, put them on a plate. Let's go for some raspberries. Yeah. And then some blueberries. You can even chop them up. So they're just on the plate like that. Put them simply on the plate. This is a nice little fresh portion. We're going to go with the crumble, which the crumble that on top of the berries. I'm going to use 1.5. Right. Yeah. It just crumbled there on the berries. And then again, I made some of the ice cream. So this is what it's going to look like. This has been in the freezer overnight. This is the ice cream. I'm going to get a nice big, look at that. See how it's just, it's delicious. So I'm going to get a nice big spoon of that. And I'm just going to put it on. Put it there. So you're going to have a nice little summer berries, which is your nice fresh seasonal berries, your crumble, your oat crumble, and your dulce de leche ice cream. And again, this is so versatile. You can do it with whatever fruit you've got. Even if you've got apples and pears, you can just do it with that. It just works so well with so many different types of fruits that you've just got, which you want to use up. And obviously the biscuits now, we've got these, they can be stored in an airtight container. You can do so much with these. You can decorate them, a bit of chocolate, anything. This is like useful as well, because as you can see, same product, 2 different ways, 2 different finishes, 2 different textures, 2 different styles, which is fantastic. So I really hope that you try this, and let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much, and I will see you again next week.